Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We genuinely apologize for that brief hiatus that we had just a moment ago, but due to technical difficulties,
when you wear your t-shirt
that were now
backwards,
resolved, we are back.
Yeah.
So, welcome back to the show.
We had a little scuffle off camera.
We're gonna.
We was trying to get him to turn his t-shirt right. That's what happened. But he fought us on it. Them little hands do some work.
Yeah, you got them
little hands do some work. But the title of the show, EP, give us the rundown of the show.
Emotional baggage. Checking emotional baggage. We often go into relationships and we bring other experiences into our current relationships, and it causes a ruckus.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we wonder why it's not successful. But a lot of these things trace all the way back to childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get into it.
Yeah. We like to need some pre-check around this bit. Right?
First off.
Clear or preach exactly.
I think that is almost critical and important. That's probably one of the most important aspects of a relationship. You have to understand emotions and also understand what is baggage. Emotions would be something that has, a matter of fact, a natural instinct or state of mind based upon previous circumstances, mood, or with other people.
You're giving a definition of emotional baggage.
Yeah. Okay. Just emotions. And then baggage is a bag that you use to travel with, to put your stuff in.
Oh, so not a liquor store, not a
brown bag.
Not a brown bag.
Okay.
It's stuff that you use to put your belongings in or stuff in to travel with. Now that right there, when I looked at it, I was kind of like, wait a minute, hold on. If you have emotional baggage or you have emotions, different types of emotions based upon previous relationships, and you sticking that in the bag and you traveling from one relationship, one friendship, one job relationship with your family, with your friends, with your coworkers, that right there is a definite indication to yourself as to who you are, and let other people know who you are. So hence you need to have some kind of emotional IQ when governing yourself and watching others.
Right.
So emotional baggage is really something that is, I think, probably more important.
I think the baggage that we carry is not so much that we're aware of it. I think it's just it's based off of our past or previous experiences that we are defensive when we go into certain circumstances, or we have certain signs that we pay more attention to, or we have triggers based off our past and our history. So a lot of this stuff is not even known.
So when you say triggers, so you consider that as baggage or
absolutely.
Okay.
Say for instance, I had abandonment issues as a child, right? So as I grow up and I never have these things addressed, and I get into a relationship with a young lady and she's always gone, or she's not paying attention to me in certain areas, then it's gonna trigger something to make me act defensive or cause a problem or a rift in our relationship because I haven't
healed from
it or addressed certain things. And I think we do ourselves a disservice by not even paying attention to these things when we embark upon a relationship from the beginning.
I agree with you, EP. That is so. They often say that we as adults spend our adult lives getting over what we went through as a child.
Absolutely.
So I'm so much a proponent of therapy. Like, you really need therapy to really transcend to another level where you're ready to go into a healthy and whole emotional relationship, because a lot of times we suffer from some things that are embedded in our subconscious that we may not even be aware of until it pushes a button or strikes a chord that we emotionally lash out at our loved ones because we're not over what we didn't get over in our past.
There's 7 different effects of or types emotional baggage or effects. The effects are trust issues. We have trust issues. Number 2 is insecurities. Number 3 is abandonment issues. Number 4 is control issues. Number 5 is anger.
Mm-hmm.
We have anger issues.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, we have low esteem.
That sounds like a lot of luggage.
A lot of luggage. And number 7 is communication issues. So
I think I have one on that list.
You got one?
Yeah, just one.
You good? Shit.
Yeah.
I
try not to take, my baggage from one relationship to another. Trust is the biggest, but I now that you said is baggage, but to me it's just a protection type, to guard my heart.
That's the reason. But by you bringing that into another relationship,
she had nothing to do with that.
No, but at the same time, I'm not one of them. I'll allow you, I'm not getting ready to be questioning you. I'm not finna be going in your phone. I'm not finna be hiding behind a tree or following you.
But the consequence could be part of the baggage to where, okay, I'm not even finna deal with this if you are
if it come out
at any other thing. Which means you've grown this resistance to the point to where you're not gonna deal with it past you knowing that it exists. Where some other things you may be forgiven and you can work through certain things. But since you've had this trauma in the past, it's like, I'm not finna deal with that ever again.
I'm not.
So we definitely have things. I can speak for myself.
Yeah, I had that.
And I'm not. We talking about personal experience. There's been times where I thought I was over something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I'm over that. I'm good. But in actuality, I wasn't. Because when it happened again, it peeled off the scab that I thought I had healed.
And there's a lot of things.
It peeled off the scab, and I thought I was healed from this, and come to find out I wasn't. And it was a fairly good relationship, but if I had an understanding, then it would have been different. I think it would have been a better relationship. I could have moved on from any past trust issues, because I had a thing like, oh, she's leaving. Fuck her. She's leaving. It's over. When in all actuality, that's what she felt she needed to do to save the relationship. I wasn't looking at it like that. I was looking at it in the course of she's leaving.
Yeah.
And when the other one left, I'm like, well, shit, you rubbing me the wrong way.
It's almost like your baggage was over the limit.
Yeah.
The weight.
I had to pay for it. I was over the limit.
Yeah, you was over the weight limit.
I didn't get clear.
Yeah.
For those that have clear, I didn't get.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do when we one relationship to another. And sometimes we don't know if we're over it, but we do need to do a clearing phase.
One of the things that I do is an exercise with people that don't know whether or not they have an issue, right? So, for example, if I just hit you on your shoulder, as I explain this, an issue is only an issue or no longer an issue when something comes along in that area and it doesn't bother you anymore. So I'll hit their shoulder again and say, now you know you healed, because when something comes along, I hit you on your shoulder, that doesn't remind you of that previous issue, then you'll be okay. But that same person or that same individual or friend is probably there to hold you down, and I hit you on your shoulder, to secure you, prevent any hurt, harm, or danger, right? So then I would tell a person, I'm not going to hit your shoulder, but I'll still keep talking to them. And when I get close to it, they'll tense up and get ready to defend themselves because they're so used to that pain in that area. But my definition was a seatbelt. you wouldn't even put on a seatbelt, something that secures you, something that holds you down, something that prevents you from any hurt, harm, or danger in case of an accident, because you have too much of a strong issue in that area.
That sounds
Trev
like
is
the
a therapist.
whole Pavlov's dog kind of thing.
It could be.
You ring the bell and you get
but if
shocked.
it works, you know what I mean? There's a seatbelt. If you too wounded in this area, you wouldn't even put on a seatbelt because it hurts too much. Once you can put on that seatbelt that's designed to help you, to secure you, to prevent any hurt, harm, or danger, and you know that, you'll click it in and be like, okay, I'm okay now. But if you have that reminder there, and it's hurting in that area, you probably wouldn't even put it on.
You know, Trevor, I don't. My thing is, I let a person pretty much, I don't want to say use the word hang, but to build that or take away that trust. Like I said, I'm not going to, be looking for it. I'm not going to allow it to affect the relationship in the present. We're going to go on and we're going to move forward. But when you cross that line, then, I'm pretty much done. Lying and trust are the two biggest things for me.
So what you're saying is you learned the lesson from a previous situation.
Oh yeah.
And now you know how to govern yourself better.
Yeah.
That's what we all attempt to do. But I'm saying is really deeper than that. Sometimes you feel like I'm over this. And until something touches you the wrong way, you feel like, wait, no. You respond in a way that you would be like you weren't healed from it. So I think that's why therapy, but a lot of times we think that we are.
But it could also affect you in a different way. It doesn't always have to be infidelity. It could be you never dealt with somebody that you didn't trust, or you found out that you couldn't trust financially. Mm-hmm. That's a whole nother act of trusting somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do you allow certain allowances in these instances, or are you over it the same way you are?
I'll say this. If you are completely healed from a previous emotion or issue, then I believe the way you would govern it is, I want to trust you for who you are. You're not guilty and proven innocent, but now you're going to be innocent until proven guilty. So it's like whatever was in my past, I'm healed from it, but the same issue came back now. I learned from it. So now I got to govern myself accordingly with you because I've either gotten over or forgiven the other person.
Trevor, I have to ask you one question. How do you know when you're completely healed?
When the same issue comes along and you don't react the same because it's not the same person. It's a different time. So now I'm not reacting. It doesn't remind me of it. I don't go back to that. I don't go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now, if you don't jump at that issue or have a negative thought of that issue, because somewhere within you, it is back in your past and you haven't forgiven it. You haven't let it go yet.
What do you do to heal?
What I did was I wore a fake ring for about 7 years. And
what are you healing from, first of all? First and foremost,
I would say some of the things that I was probably healing from was not just necessarily the cheating, but lies or dishonesty, mistruths.
That all comes with cheating.
Yeah, that's all.
It comes with cheating, but just mistruths on a regular. Whether, like Irvin said earlier, you said you were going to take care of this, you were going to pay for this, and this was your responsibility. You didn't do it, right? Yeah. So now I had to go ahead and make sure I became more whole as a person, because I was emotionally drained as well. I had to make sure I was emotionally whole. I had to make sure that I was happy. And because I was able to identify with the real, I was able to more identify with counterfeits.
Let me ask you this too. So in your experiences, do you allow yourself to have defenses when you start to revisit certain things that happened in your past? or are you going to ignore them because this is a fresh person that didn't offend you the same way that the previous one did? Okay. Or do you just ignore the signs and continue to get hit in the head? Or I think it's pretty natural that you, okay, when I'm starting to experience the same things that I did in my previous relationship, it may not be fair, but I understand this process very well because I've experienced it time and time again.
One of the things that I do is I'll talk to a person, but like I said before, it takes me 6 to 9 months because I wasn't completely whole. So now some of the things that I ask are, how do you respond to, let's say, a question like criticism and constructive criticism? Let's just keep it there. How do you respond to constructive criticism? Do you argue or do you debate?
It depends.
What is what's healthy for you, right? Those are just simple questions.
I thought it was a question.
Those are just simple questions, right?
I thought it was one.
So now in the midst of that, I heard what you told me. Now we're gonna see through this period of time if what you told me was true. Oh, what are some of your strong points? What are some of the things that in a relationship, what would your ex say about you? Where did you drop the ball? How could you have made your relationship better? Things like of that nature. How's your effective communication? So now, okay, you told me what it was, but now you ain't practicing it. You said you did this. You told me this out of the testimony of your own mouth. Oh, I'm a great communicator. I'm an effective communicator. Yeah, well, based upon the pattern within those few months, I realized that you're not really a communicator. You do what you want.
I think sometimes also that as coping mechanisms, we cope to get over whatever we felt. And then coping is not curing. Coping is just getting over, attempting to getting over what we felt.
And not addressing it.
Yeah. And I think sometimes it goes beyond us. We have to really seek out. That's why I'm a proponent of therapy. We have to really seek professional help, even though sometimes therapy may seem like it just a person as your sounding board, but sometimes you need to listen to yourself, how you sound.
But you also your other party have to be willing to adhere to the advice of the person who's doing the counseling, because oftentimes people get into counseling and they don't want to take the advice of the person. They say, oh, he just listened to your side. So if you're not ready to really heal and listen to the referee.
You talking about couples counseling?
Yeah, that's couples counseling. I'm just talking about more individual. Individual counseling or therapy.
Even so, like you can say, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. I'm cool.
Yeah, that's your own self-talk. Yeah.
Now my thing is, we would definitely address it. Y'all know me. I'm pretty much just laid back.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until it's a few buttons you push and then you get a different reaction.
Different.
We've seen
different cases.
Yeah, we know certain combinations that.
So I'm like, just like we'll talk about it, but just like you were saying, not just for as cheating, but other things. Look, wait a minute, I thought you said you. So I want to sit down and see if you're able to handle this. Yeah. If you're not able to handle it, then maybe you need to hand it over to me. And then, what I'm saying, to make it to where we don't have this issue again. But I'm where I am with a few things because I have to protect my heart and my feelings and myself as well, because it took me at least 5 to 6 years to be reintroduced to myself, because I allowed someone, to take me away.
I said the same thing.
So that 5-6 years, that's a long time, especially now.
But that's an investment. That's an investment. I see that as an investment.
How long were you married?
You really just gonna poke me? Huh?
No.
Because it was 8. Like I think about it, almost 8 years.
So because they say, well, how long wherever you married,
half
you've been in a relationship is half the time of the relationship that it takes for you to heal.
Well, it was
to be able to go into
altogether. I think altogether was about 18 years.
18 years.
Period. Wow. But 8 years.
You was 4 years short.
Well, I leapfrogged it, so I took the shortcut. Yeah. So that's just my thing. He did the Cliff Notes, and I don't have a problem with, a woman because I know, like I always say, a woman has to kiss 1,000 frogs before she can find her prince. So
what does a man have to do?
Well, shit, we all of them ain't
the ball's in our court.
Yeah, exactly.
The ball's in our court.
Not necessarily.
For the to a degree.
Pause. It's a bunch of frogs, bro.
You said the balls in our court.
It's a bunch of frogs with long hair, buddy.
Those the ones. Yeah. Those the ones you just play with.
Damn.
You just. We gonna play with a lot of them.
If we don't have discipline, then we gonna mess up. Just period. Your own discipline, because the odds are in our favor.
I don't know if it's actually messing up. I think it's just experiencing different frogs to find the right the princess.
They find it in frog hair, right? You ever heard that statement? Find frog hair.
But then you learn.
We are attracted to the ones that look good.
Listen, Trevor. Then you learn as you're going that it ain't about looks.
Right. Yeah.
As you experience a bunch of them that look good.
Yeah.
Then you learn it ain't in the looks.
I want to go to
hold on. You're wrong. I disagree.
It doesn't even take 3 months.
Jump into next relationships after 3 months.
It don't even take 3 months.
Come on, man. I've been sick.
After a 3 month breakup, that's 90 days.
Well,
depends on your clear face and how long you were in that relationship. Hey, Keith, but we gonna get some what the internet is saying about this topic.
I rock with Nikita.
Of course you do. You ride with feminine energy.
Exactly.
You have female energy.
Any woman that says something, you automatically riding with her.
But wait a minute. So you mean to sit there and tell me
Keith
Kanoon just said,
can we go to a clip, Keith, please?
Half the time of a relationship, right?
Keith.
It's not always.
Please.
To get
we'll get right back to you.
Right. My bad.
We'll get right back to you.
My bad.
I'll have a playmate.
Y'all go for the 3 months.
I'll have a playmate till I get past it.
As this clip is loading up, and we're not hearing
emotionally evolved into women, by way of emasculation. The overbearing mother. The overly sexual mother.
Yeah.
The black man never really got to express himself, his feelings. Quit crying. So he cry on the inside, whining mother. So now when he grow up, he complain on the job. Complain in the relationships, never happy in a relationship, always finding something wrong in a relationship.
Women hate that. See?
Well, they hate it. But just think, man, most of these mamas didn't give a about how they feel. Shut up, mother. Quit crying. Close the goddamn door. Cause they never got to express themselves.
Yeah.
So online, if they can have write and spell, then this their method of expressing themselves.
I think a lot of times we as men, we don't get to, there is not truly a safe space for men to express themselves emotionally.
I think that a lot of men walk around with scars.
You can't do it really with your female because at some point she's going to look at you as a weak imbecile.
Which they are not attracted to.
Which they are not attracted to.
Right.
So I think men, this is where this collective of men comes in. Because we get to, without judgment, in a safe space. In a safe space, we get to express ourselves.
What did you say, Trevor?
So so without judgment, we get to talk without judgment.
Within us, he said in the men. Yeah. So I can understand you not understanding that.
He just called. See, dude, you're emasculating me. I'm a little hurt.
Exactly. It plays to the clip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It plays to the clip.
Well, exactly. You know what? I just completed I don't know if I told y'all.
You didn't. Whatever it was, you did. You don't tell us shit. Go ahead.
Certified life coach, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
And networking and talking to like the other students that were in the class, we had to say what demographic or you're going to use your training in. And that was mine. Well, I had the clients that I deal with now, of course, that's like always trying to fix them. So coaching is different. Then it's not about fixing. It's about the person seeing you, guiding them and hearing and seeing them speak it and out loud. So, and that was my thing, because I told them, I said, well, the other demographic that I want to tap into is another demographic that's always left out, and that's men. So, and this just proved my point, because we are always left out. Nobody really is checking on us to see how we are when we just went through this divorce or when we just went through this traumatic experience. So, and if you, like us, you have some boys that you can go to and talk to, would definitely help and encourage. So that's my demographic, is us, because we be left out so much.
I think that's pretty is very important, because that's dealing with one's emotional IQ. So one's emotional IQ is one's ability to understand and to manage their emotions when they're in a particular situation or circumstance. And the more we are able to manage and know about our emotional IQ and actually manage our emotions, that's strong. The only twist to that is, for a lot of times, us men aren't able to express it. So we can manage it, but we manage it for so long. And even plumbers have a saying that pressure busts a pipe. And a lot of us men are losing it, especially when we're in a relationship and we don't necessarily feel comforted in, like Kanoom said, when we're able to cry because of the backlash of it. Then not being, how do you manage that? What do you do? How do you let it out? And oftentimes when men go home, they have man caves. They need a time to themselves before they mingle with their family.
I think you do a survey. You do a survey like you do a survey amongst the land, and you see, and you make sure that this is a conversation that you have in the beginning of starting a relationship, that this is a safe place, or this is fertile ground on me being able to express myself and you being able to express yourself. Mm-hmm. If we understand that this is something that I require, and this is something essential for us having a productive relationship, that I have a place to where I can express myself, whether it's my past or whatever my issues are, and I'm not going to be, and you'll understand if you're going to be judged based off you having the ability to express yourself.
I think two people that are in a relationship need to have a time for that to mature or to grow. We plant the seed with the conversation, but we now, after a period of time, we need to see what life situations come about to make sure that you prove what you say and you're actually doing it. Because oftentimes in the first beginning, I would say 3 months of a friendship or a courtship, a person put on their best picture.
So Trevor, I can mask.
Yeah.
I think your window is slightly off when you say 3 to 6 months, because I know some people can hold their breath for 3 years and you won't know certain things about them.
Navy SEAL trained.
Absolutely. 3 months is your number, and that's cool. 3 to 6 months is your number, and cool, bro. But like I can tell you, some people don't show their real colors.
Some people for years. 6 years.
Okay, but hold on though. Yeah. But you guys also said that to start any form of moving along in a relationship and or dating, that 6 to 9 months was crazy. But now you're telling me that Some people can hold their breath. Give me some clarity.
No, I don't put a time on it. You say you're not going to even embark upon certain aspects of a relationship
until
between
6 to 9 months. But you just said some people can hold their breath for longer.
I'm telling you, you're doing yourself a disservice by thinking that they're going to reveal who they are within 3 to 6 months. Okay, you might need to extend that if that's your true goal, to find out who they really are within 3 to 6 months before you would even hold their hand.
Okay, I would like
for me, it's 6 to 9 months.
I would like everybody right now to sign up for spittn Pollaseedz. We are doing a pre-check special for your emotional baggage, and you can sign up. You can sign up to pre-check or clear. We're talking about clearing that past emotional baggage. So right now you can sign up. Go and follow spittn Pollaseedz. Go and tell a friend.
And not just that. If your baggage cannot fit within this compartment, we're gonna check. We're gonna have to check your bag. You cannot fly with us.
You're going below the plane
because the overheads are crowded. Yes. And if your bag can't fit in this
overhead compartment,
no, they have the little thing before you even board the plane. If it can't fit in there,
it doesn't fit in this space.
In this space,
it's not carry-on luggage.
It ain't care. We will charge. We won't charge you.
So then too,
get in the bottom of the plane.
Some of them
you can't board the plane too soon.
Some of them have designer baggage
that got to get checked.
So
it don't matter.
I think before anybody gets into at least a healthy relationship, they need to consider their emotional health.
Consider whose? Theirs or the other person's?
Your own.
You can look at yours.
Let's go to some comments. We got a bunch of comments.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Stats Jason says, if a friendship is not established,
he's in Texas.
Oh, thank you for letting us know that.
He really wanted people to know where he's
being viewed in Texas, ladies and gentlemen.
He said men are not the problem. Over communication is.
I never. He's in Texas.
We never said men are the problem.
I know.
I would contend right now, and you guys may shoot me with all of your follower arrows, that women are they can't have emotional intelligence.
What?
I'm going to say that right now, right here.
What?
Women. Say it one more time.
Women cannot have emotional intelligence. Men can, because we think logically.
The phone lines are open.
Women are ruled by their emotions. Mm-hmm. So to corral their emotions is very hard for women. I don't think a lot of them can. It may be an anomaly, like the album.
Hey, something that deviates from what is standard, normal, or expected.
Of some that can, but for the majority, women cannot.
I'm going to say I do not agree with this.
I'm going to say prove me wrong.
Jason Stan.
Prove me wrong.
Jason Stan from Texas says, if a friendship is not established with your spouse, the trust is not there, and men cannot open up when there is a potential to have your trust, communication could be used against you.
Jason, I would disagree with you.
I would have to say.
Can I finish what?
Yeah, he cut me off, and now he's cutting you off.
He's from Texas.
He's your friend. He's your friend. You control this.
He's our friend.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's in Texas. Go ahead. Go ahead, Longhorn.
I know someone that's tuning in from
England.
Yeah. Man,
but I'm not looking at being friends, truly, in all honesty. Woman that I consider to be my mate for the duration of my life. Yeah, you could say, okay, we could be friends, but I'm not looking for her to be my friend like you all are my friends. You all are my cohort. I'm not looking for her to be that. I'm not looking for that.
Boy, you gonna be
really?
I'm not looking for that.
So
I'm looking for her to be my helpwoman.
Get in there.
Every single woman. Every single woman that you look at her as a potential helpmate.
The woman that I'm
a friend.
Oh my God,
homie.
I just said the woman that I'm looking to spend the rest of my days with.
And that's his reality.
I'm not looking for her to be my
worked
friend.
for him.
Yeah.
In the Bible, it don't talk about this woman being my friend.
The problem is the problem.
You want me to read Nikita? Men check
Ladies
out
and gentlemen,
too
Nikita
quickly.
White. Men check
Get
out
rid of the problem, not your partner. What is the problem?
It depends
Nikita?
on what the problem
That
is.
means resolution.
It depends on what the
That
problem
means
is.
coming up with some kind of a resolution and
What
solving
is
a
the problem?
and then moving forward. Nikita, if I'm wrong, please give me some clarity. But
Yeah,
it's like get rid of the problem. You solve the problem.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I'm speaking for it, but I
Go ahead,
do
Damsel in
You
distress.
absolutely are.
Go ahead,
But
Damsel
again,
in
men
distress.
check out quickly. Get rid of the problem, not the partner, right? So the way I interpret that is let's resolve the problem, get rid of it, and then
So what if you can't?
not your partner?
The problem.
Keith,
If your partner is the problem, then
can we go to another clip because Trevor is inundating us with this.
Nikita, call in because if I'm wrong, I apologize for not speaking for you.
Yeah, he's inundating us with this bullshit. I'm just going to tell you right now. Go ahead.
It's the fear of judgment. Second, it's having a safe space to speak about their feelings. And third, cultural and traditional stereotypes. If we can break these boundaries and be willing to make that first step to talk, special things can actually happen.
You agree?
Yes.
Okay.
You should be able to talk. Communication is the glue that holds a relationship.
Before he
together.
gets too far, Keith, go to the next one. We just gonna get rid of all of our. We gonna internet dump right
place.
now.
You will begin to find people to fill voids that you're really not compatible with. It's crazy because many of y'all get out of a relationship, have not healed, did not do the work, don't do the process, don't even acknowledge that you're hurt in this area. Your heart is hurt in this area. You jump into another relationship, and what happens is the relationship that you jumped into, this is a person that you're really not compatible with. Y'all don't have nothing in common. Your goals are not the same. Your vision is not the same. What you want out of life is not the same. You don't desire nothing that they desire. You guys just like each other physically. That's it. Physically, she on point. Physically, he on point. We working.
So many times we do that. Yeah. Because we are so afraid of being alone.
What?
Not me.
No, I'm not talking about you, Trevor.
Yeah, we know you are different.
Hold on.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about human beings
afraid of being alone. That's bullshit. I'm not rocking.
No, let me prove it to you, Trevor. Because even when you go to prison, when they reprimand you in prison, what do? They put you in solitary confinement. That means you're not around nobody else. So a form of punishment, even in prison.
Yeah, but shit, don't cut up in prison. You ain't gotta go.
No, but I'm saying I'm using the point that we human beings need one another. So I'm saying when we don't reconcile or finish what we had in the past, we will go into another relationship and bring that emotional baggage within that relationship, and it tarnishes that relationship. So I'm saying we need to heal from that. We need to be alone with ourselves for a minute.
Like 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months. Or 9.
6 to 9.
6 to 9.
6 to 9 months.
I'll tell you this. There's a lot of men that are at home that are miserable with somebody else. There are a lot of people, and you help me figure this. I mean, just give me some clarity. There are a lot of men that are married, but they feel, and women that are married, but they feel like they're living with a roommate. but stop me when I'm wrong. And when you go to jail and you in solitary confinement, you did something to get there. Some people do really want to be there. Some people do want to be away from other men, whether it be a threat. I don't know about some old puffy shit, but okay. But some people want. Some people do that. Okay, let's say it's a hypothetical.
Literal.
Let's take away from the
allegoric mind.
Okay,
here.
so if I'm doing so, also be fair here. Because if there are some people that are fair here, you just said people scared to be alone, right? You went all the way to jail with it, but I'd rather be, and we had a show, and ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please go back a few shows previous, that one of the most important things to a man is peace. So I'd rather be alone and at peace. I would rather be alone and be able to have a peace of mind.
That's you.
And it's in the Bible.
That's you, Trevor. Let me tell you why that's
in the Bible. It is better for a man to sleep on the roof
you're
of his
an anomaly.
house, to live in the house with a cantankerous woman. But it says that no one wants to be miserable within the four walls of their home. So much so, there is proof of what I'm saying.
How
because
many
it's
people
called
live
divorces.
by that?
Divorces.
How many people live by that?
They don't live by it, and they get divorced. So if people aren't getting divorced, they're being alone, right?
You want to talk?
You ain't gonna stop. But my thing
is, tell me where I lied. Tell me where I lied.
I agree
in your mouth.
I agree with Trev, because just because I'm alone don't mean I'm lonely. So
nobody y'all misconstruing
no, I know what
I
you said. I heard exactly what you said.
People don't want to be alone. That's why people have TVs. They play the TV in it. They don't want silence. They don't want to deal with themselves.
Silence is good sometimes.
Or they deal with multiple. Or they deal with multiple people.
I said people. I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying the majority of people, they don't want to be by themselves. That's why when the ultimate punishment is to go to jail. And then on top of that, they put you in solitary confinement. That's why I'm saying it was a study. And I'm gonna use this as my part of my thesis. It was a study where young children, they did not pick them up. They did not console them when they cried, and their health diminished. This is what I'm talking about. As humans, we need human interaction.
I agree with you.
But if you're not in a relationship, that doesn't mean that you're not having human interaction.
He didn't. But so base that's it on just a relationship.
I'm just.
Well, I'm just saying. You're saying people, just human beings. Period. Don't want to be alone.
But we're talking about in a relationship. So bless your heart. But
if like my shit, if I keep getting with the same woman, same type of woman, I don't want to keep doing, because I'm destroying myself, I think, even more and faster way.
Thank you.
Because
I don't know.
I can sit up and now, because I'm by myself, I can choose when I want to be alone and when I don't.
Thank you.
It just depends on
now
the
maybe
person
not everybody have that,
and your maturity level and where you are in your life.
So it's not cookie cutter. Are you saying that's not cookie cutter?
Nobody ever said it was cookie cutter.
We agree to that.
So if
nobody ever said it was cookie cutter. I'm saying humans need
natural
human
interaction.
Right.
Yeah. We need human interaction. You put a motherfucker by him. Excuse me,
a brother.
Too late.
You put a human being by themselves, they go stir crazy.
So if
that's the thing, a whole thing with cabin fever. There's so many things you can find in the DSM. If you're alone, and which people don't want to be alone,
which is why you see people on the street talking to themselves and different things, because it's mental.
So Kevin also just said, just because you're not in a relationship doesn't mean you're lonely. Where are we going with that? Are we in agreement with that or no?
I would agree with that, but a lot of people feel that they are lonely.
But just like you said, not all of us is the same. So you do. I know
I'm not
that.
Saying no. I'm saying the majority. I'm saying the majority of people that are not in a relationship wish to be in a relationship. Is that correct or not?
Disagree.
I would agree with that.
I don't disagree.
Okay, so if people want to be in a relationship, they will find the smallest thing to be in a relationship.
I think more people want to be in a relationship than not be in a relationship.
I would agree.
Healthy.
What do you think,
Right.
Trevor?
No, you don't even have to put healthy on it.
Just a relationship.
A relationship.
Yeah.
Like my big mama used to say, a woman she'll be fine if she just has some shoes up under her bed.
A half a man is
What
better
the
than no man.
fuck? What does that mean?
That
You know what it means?
What the
It means
hell was that?
It means he's just a good man in a bad situation, Savannah.
Yeah, but that's the thing and maybe this is different from men to women, because
I think it's different from American culture to Belizean culture.
well,
I don't know what I don't know.
shoes up under the bed.
I mean, the idea of having a man,
Yeah,
Trevor,
having
that's all
somebody
it
there.
means. The idea of having a man as opposed
That's
to
all it is.
actually having a man. That's all.
Yeah, but my thing is,
Little man.
shit, I don't know. Y'all didn't make me forget. Hell, y'all didn't let me say it when I wanted
It
to
is
say this
better
shit.
for a monkey to jump over the moon than a
But my thing is, if I keep landing in bad relationships, then I'm gonna take a break. I took a break. I took a long ass
How
break.
long did you take a break?
Man,
Be honest.
No, I'm telling you, 05 to 2000, and was it the end of 2015?
You did not touch a woman.
No. I didn't say that.
Okay.
But I wasn't
Okay.
saying.
Okay,
But
then.
this is what I said in the beginning. No, because this is what I said. This is what I said in the beginning, though, Canoom. I said just
If you
because
gonna be without,
hold up,
be
bro,
without.
Hold up.
He allowed
No,
himself to
hell
heal.
no. Hell
If you're
no.
gonna be without, be
No,
without.
hell no.
If you're saying
no.
Blog the screen, let's read the
Hell
comment
no.
because that's
no.
if you're
That's
saying
no.
you deal without,
Canoom.
that means you almost celibate.
It's no damn.
No.
It's no. Huh?
You almost celibate.
It's no way, bro. That's what I'm saying. I before I felt that I was healthy enough to get back into a meaningful relationship. I didn't say I was just gonna stay in the house. I'm still gonna do what I'm gonna do. Just like that's why I said,
then.
just because
That's
I'm
different.
by myself don't mean that I'm lonely. I just pick and
That's
choose.
different.
Come on, Kevin.
I
That's
just pick
different.
and choose when I
but
want
that's
to be
different.
lonely and when I don't.
That's different.
So when he
But
got
he's
secure-
still having a companion to some degree.
Well, that's what I was
It may
saying.
not be in a
hold on.
relationship. It may not be in a relationship, but he's still where I'm not going to even talk about whoever he called over.
But until he became whole within himself and became at peace
felt that,
within himself,
that
then
I
he
was ready for a
to move
relationship.
on and court a relationship that could possibly lead to potential marriage.
Because it doesn't take.
Y'all lying by omission.
No, bro,
Really?
it doesn't
He
take
has
you.
crazy emotional
It does
intelligence
not-
and Kevin's peace.
It does
Kevin
not
has to become
take
at peace
you.
with
I'm just
himself.
saying.
Y'all can't keep talking over each other.
It does not take you
Thank you.
to
Thank you.
be
Thank you,
healthy
Shut it up.
to just play around or to be, to deal with someone when you choose to deal with it. You don't have to be healthy to do that. You can just do that. But in order to be in a meaningful relationship, then you have to be on the verge of getting healthy.
I'm saying that may work for you, but what I'm saying is it's different from men to women.
Yeah.
Would you say that?
It also depends on the destination you're going. Some people aren't on the journey to get married. Some people are just
Like me.
figuring it out.
Right.
You know what
You know what I mean?
No, I'm
One
not
and
on that
done.
journey.
One and done.
So
You're right. Irvin's right. I rock with Irvin on that one. Like it's everybody not there emotionally.
No.
Yeah.
And everybody don't want to
I
be
no
married.
longer am.
And
No.
and believe it or not, even though there are more women than men, it's a lot of men that do not care to get married.
And it's a lot of women don't care to get married. So
I don't know, man.
they're out there. They're out there.
Yeah.
But the ball is not in their court.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying.
we say who we gonna marry.
Yeah, but I'm not finna.
The ball is in their court when the access to the punani.
That's because men don't have dick control.
I disagree.
No, I disagree.
What did that have to do with
if you have
what I'm
access
talking
to
about?
Well, I'm not gonna. I
if
can't
you have
speak for
access
every
to
man.
Panani and you got control
She
over your
controls
shit,
that.
and you got other women,
She controls
that.
that.
I'm out.
I
she
agree.
controls
I
the
agree.
access
You're not
to
even
sex.
hearing what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree to that because
Like,
I ain't
sure.
finna take shit.
Yeah,
You're
just
not
do what
even-
you're thinking. If you gonna control that and punish me behind it, like one of the previous
Keep it.
shows that we had before, women having control over that, that's fine. But if you're dealing with some men that have the options of going somewhere else, you keep it. You be blessed.
Like
But
Corey
that's the
Holcomb
desire of
said.
his
Like
heart.
Corey Holcomb said. She said, "Okay, well, you acting like that. None for you tonight." And he said, "No, none
for
none,
you.
none from you tonight."
Hey, I'm out.
Yeah. So
I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that,
Yeah.
and I mean that's just. I mean, it's real.
not that I condone that at all.
No, I don't.
Corey,
condone
bad,
it.
you-
bad
but-
Corey.
I
You
don't
may not
condone it.
condone it, but right now at this stage and age in your life, Irvin, if that's something that you choose, you can have it.
Right.
And it can be okay with everybody. The only person that it can't be okay with is with you. And you give yourself the red light or the green light if you choose.
Well, my thing is
But
shit.
I'm bound to a higher power.
What you know,
But
right?
Irvin, you're not obligated to a lower.
I'm obligated to a
To a
higher power, brother.
You say
Somebody-
you're bound to a higher power, but you're not obligated to a lower power.
It's
if
some
you ain't bringing me
Absolutely.
peace or give me a peace,
it's some people out there right now watching us
Asalil.
that ain't even supposed to be together right now.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah,
But they together.
they together.
Let
we
them
together
stay
when we together.
I have friends that feel they never should have married, but they're still married.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how long they will be married,
Right.
but I will tell you this.
My piece.
When you don't get therapy or healing from your past, you're setting yourself up for failure.
I agree.
Because I know this for a fact. I suffered from some stuff from the past that I didn't even know I suffered from. When it came up, that's when it was like, oh shit, I'm not really over that yet.
Yeah.
And I think we have to be truly honest with ourselves.
Exactly.
We all want to be with somebody. I don't care if it's in a marriage capacity or a companion capacity. We all want to be with somebody.
Let me ask
No,
you this:
absolutely.
why won't men commit? But you don't have to answer now. We can talk about that next week.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Why won't men?
you right.
That's
Yeah,
a good
I-
question.
I
Why don't
agree.
we want to commit?
Yeah,
Because
do your
we'll
homework.
talk about that.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
talk about that next week.
Well,
yeah. Because let's keep it simply. These modern day women, they're not willing to submit.
It's I'm just saying.
Are we
if you
worthy?
can't-
Are we worthy to be
For them
submitted to?
too.
If you can't submit, I can't commit.
Well, the flip side to the same
just talk
coin.
about. I like
The flip
that.
side to the same coin. Hey, I'm worthy, and I know you heard me.
Hey,
I want to say that.
hey.
Hey, don't try to one up me. What the fuck was that? Why you couldn't just let mine roll?
Yeah,
You know what
I was letting you roll, but we was a team.
It just came
Ladies and gentlemen, I
naturally.
thought we were a team. Mine came naturally. His came naturally. I thought you guys would be able to see the chemistry of it.
Yeah.
But he took offense to it, so I'm going to
Yeah,
retract
I did
my
take
statement.
offense to it.
Thank you guys. This was a great show tonight. Great show tonight.
That W on his hat means whore.
Oh, I said with an H.
Whore.
Damn.
That's
No.
who. He
Hey.
thought it said who.
Hey,
No.
whore is WHORE.
OR.
Just to let you know.
Not H-O-R.
Thank you.
H-O-E.
That's how we spell it in America.
In America.
Elysian
Yeah.
Jezebel.
I obviously offended someone.
You
after this
bed-
phone and
You just called him a bed wench.
a bed wench. Urban, as you were saying, we sorry we catch
Yeah. No. I'm just saying it's been a great show, brother.
Yeah.
Looking forward to next week. Hopefully, you guys were thoroughly entertained and educated at the same time. Hopefully, our perspective shines some light on some of the. Sounds like I'm doing.
That's all we
the
try to
real
do. That's
spin-up.
all we try to do.
Sounds like I was doing the real
That's all we
spin-up.
try to do.
Go ahead, do it, EP.
Sounds like I was doing the real- If you
Go
want
ahead,
to
Anomaly.
Go ahead.
Hey, yeah. Hopefully we've done something or said something that met your approval. If not, tune in with us next week. But I'm gonna pass it right now to my co-host Trevor, who does it better.
Ladies and gentlemen, Irvin is the expertise in the music industry. I hope you find and go get and download his music wherever you can find it. And other brothers, if you wish to come down to Swank, please do. It's worth it. Easter's coming up, and he has a couple of sales going on. If you want to get you and your family members uptight and right for Easter or church service, please do come down to Swank. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going through any speed bumps at home with some of your family members that may need some guidance because they're going in the wrong direction, get redirected. We got a guy named Kevin over here that could also help you with that, with a couple of jokes and laughs for your ass. So anyway, look, back we going into
tell them about you. If you're looking to get.
If you're in a rut and you need a cut, call Trevor at In the Cut.
There you go. There you go. Thank you, EP.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, brothers. Now, one of the things that we talked about earlier was, and I think Irvin and Kanoum addressed this, was how in our subconscious the child in you becomes the parent to the adult. Please, ladies and gentlemen, like Kevin and Kanoum said earlier, therapy would probably be the best resolve so we can move into a whole future with each other so that you can also build a foundation for a happy home so they can enhance and uplift, encourage, and inspire our community. Sometimes in relationships, if you don't know your emotional baggage, or if you are unaware of your emotional IQ, do remember that you can be causing hell into someone else's life. So in order to be the help and not the hell, I recommend highly that you seek some form of therapy for yourselves, just to, even if it may seem a negative thing for your family or friends around you, whatever else, just go ahead as a preventative measure to make yourself whole. We owe it to ourselves, we owe it to our families, we owe it to our community, and we owe it to our future as well, most importantly. So also, we must realize that we can't do the right thing the wrong way. Oftentimes we go into relationships doing the right thing the wrong way. And if we continue to watch shows with gentlemen like this, we may not be professionals, and we may not have PhDs and doctors or whatever else, but we here on this stage are offering you some form of help. We're offering you some form of our point of view and perspective, and hopefully you value it, like Irvin said earlier. So until next Pollaseedz Day, which will be 8 o'clock next midweek, please join us, man. We're here to uplift and encourage our community as well as our family members and friends. Please do like and share so that somebody else can hear. Until next week, you guys have an awesome week.
We got
and a good Easter. Or what else?
He didn't talk past
Easter Resurrection Sunday. You guys have an awesome one.
You didn't like our background music?
I loved it. I was rolling.
Okay, let's do it.
You're done.
You're done. Keep saying you're done. You're done.
Oh,
you're done.
Hey.
Yeah, you didn't catch that.
Hey.
Yeah.
You're done.
Learn to listen.
You're done.
Learn to listen when it's grown talking. Learn to listen when it's, cause real spit you don't find it often. You don't find it often.
Little legs.
You don't find